I continue to think we have to make fundamental changes in civil rights. And those civil rights, by the way, include not just only African Americans, but the LGBT community. He wants to get rid of the ability of Medicare I did not oppose busing in America. What I opposed is busing ordered by the Department of Education. That's what I oppose. Making sure that we're able to make every single solitary person eligible for what I've been able to do with the COVID. With dealing with everything we have to do with. Look, if you will determine the outcome of this election, vote. Vote, vote. If you're able to vote early in your state, vote early. If you're able to vote in person, vote in person. Vote whatever way is the best way for you, because he cannot stop you. And I'm going to continue to move until we get the total ban on the total initiative relative to what we're going to do with more Border Patrol and more asylum officers.
President Trump?
I really don't know what he said at the end of that sentence. I don't think he knows what he said either. Look.
Oh, I wasn't ready for that last part. I didn't even know that was in the clip. Let's get into it. Coach Colin here, Sold Not For Sale podcast. And this is some premium Joe Rogan we got here. Fresh off the press, Joe Rogan and Michael Malice. And Joe Rogan's, he probably smoked a little bit before the show. And he's talking about Biden having a body double. Oh, that's premium, Joe. That's some good JRE right there. That is why we all watch the show. For things like that. Let's get right into it. They're talking about Biden's body double. I'm going to show you some information after that. Let's get right into it, folks.
It was that time 4 years ago.
Right. But
it's been that time.
But clearly now. Right, more than ever before.
Why? Because it's
deteriorating.
Public?
No, it's deteriorating.
I don't think he's gotten that much worse.
Oh, he's gotten a lot worse. There's a video that compares him from 2019 to 2024. It's a marked difference.
Yeah, but I don't think there's a big difference between 2022 and 2024. There's like a 2.5 hour compilation of the campaign in 2020 where he forgets Obama's name.
Yeah, that's true. He had those gaffes back then, but they're constant now. He's barely hanging on.
He was fine to State of the Union. I think it's like sundowning.
Okay. What? You think there's a body double?
That guy walked very differently than Biden.
Very
I saw that.
He's a lot taller.
It's on Scott Adams' Twitter. I saw that. I'm like, am I Alex Jonesing today?
No, he's a lot taller.
Yeah.
No, he's physically taller.
Yeah, okay.
And he walks way better. Like, as someone who, you watch Biden walk, he had a stiffness. Death was coming for him.
And before everyone freaks out, has their mouth traps and their heads go off, I think there should be more presidential body doubles because one president almost got murdered. So if we have ways to keep them safe, let's use them.
Okay, that's a good thing to say. We cover our ass there. And now here's another thing to say. In the interest of national security, let's imagine a scenario where Biden is deathly ill and Kamala is not really capable of taking over as president right now. And there is, who's next? Speaker of the House. So sure. Nancy Pelosi? No, who's it now?
Mike Johnson.
Mike Johnson, right? So that would be him next. So that's a dangerous moment in terms of national security, even though everyone knows that Biden's really having problems and it's not actually running the show. I could see why they would want to use some body doubles for that.
Of course.
If the guy's in a hospital somewhere. But this guy, let's look at it, because this guy,
please play it.
He don't walk like him. He's taller than him. It looks like he gained, went back in time 7 or 8 years.
This is the Weekend at Bernie's prequel.
Well, this is master gaslighting and propaganda. Is what it is. To show you that there's. What was it in 2000 and I forget what year it was, where I believe it was during the Obama administration. Look at the size of this guy.
This isn't the clip I saw.
He's so much bigger. Look how big he is. He's so much bigger than Joe. He's so much bigger. He gained a legitimate 6 inches. Look how tall he looks. Look at it.
Wait, Jamie,
she's wearing heels as well.
Jamie, there's one on Scott Adams' Twitter.
This is from his Twitter.
Oh, but let's watch. It's the one he's walking to the helicopter.
Let's watch this again. Yeah, that's another one. Yeah, that's another one. That's a similar one too. Where you see one more time. Let's see him walk again. So look how much bigger he is than Jill.
Holy.
He towers over her. He didn't used to tower
over her. I didn't see this
like
before.
that.
I saw the other one.
And also, if you look at her, she's wearing high heels. See?
Oh, wow. Yeah, you're right.
See her high heels? Okay, and he's towering over her. That is a much taller person.
They show a picture.
So maybe they hooked him up with some fucking secret sauce that's going to keep him going, and he'll be back. Maybe they have ability to go back biologically, take you back a decade or two. Yeah. Giant difference.
Well, hold
in
on.
height.
Is that because she could be behind him? So
No, listen, she also has high heels on, man.
No, but on the left, it could be that she's standing.
No. That's a different human.
There's
Look at the size difference of the torso.
Them walking to the helicopter is the one where it looked really.
Go back to that, please. Look at the size differences in the torsos themselves, from the top of his shoulders to where.
Oh, look how many buttons. Yeah, look at the white of the shirt.
Yes, just look at the size difference. Look how much longer that human is on the left. Now, it may be Biden. Listen, they might have some wild shit that brings you back from the dead.
But
medical science is getting there's some people out there working on some wild stuff.
But do you know,
maybe they just fucking jolting him up with some Wolverine juice.
Well, Wolverine juice is going to make you taller. But here's the thing. In the same way in the 60s, if you sat on the show and said Liberace's gay, people would yell at you because you've never seen him sucking a
Right.
People right now will be like, it's impossible. Why would they do a body double?
No, I
That's
don't think
ridiculous.
they would be. I don't think they would be anymore.
You don't think so?
No.
You don't think there's a lot of people listening right now who think you're crazy?
My parents. Regular people,
Your
no.
parents don't listen to this show.
No, they don't. But if they did, they're boomers. They're full on. They're full on.
Listen to this.
You got to keep Trump out of the White House. What you're seeing right here, it really looks like a different person. Now, why are we saying that? Because it actually does look like a different person. We're not making something up, okay? I don't do that. I don't pretend. I don't lie. I'm not a type of person that looks at something like that and I have a propaganda thing I'm trying to push. Like when people say, this version of Joe Biden is the best version ever. Intellectually, I'm telling you, he's on point. That's not real, right? I don't do that.
We were also told for years
why.
that these are selectively edited clips and deep fakes. That's
no,
why.
No, they call them cheap fakes.
Yeah, cheap fakes.
That's what she's calling them cheap. First of all, it's very expensive technology. Took a lot of money to produce.
The cope with the debate, first I heard people say it was the fault of the lighting. I don't know what kind of lighting, unless it's some kind of space lasers.
After his bedtime.
But what kind of lighting makes you say we beat Medicare? Then people said the mic was f***ed up. Well, if your mic is f***ed up, why can't you breathe? So it was amazing how all the explanations didn't explain what we all saw with our own eyes.
Well, we can't gaslight,
Oh, man. You have no idea how much I love that conversation. You know what? I have to say, I just got this in. It's from MSNBC. They're saying that there's something that is sweeping the nation. It's called geriatric puberty. It causes people who are much older to grow about 6 inches. It just came in. You'll probably see reports of that coming in throughout the mainstream media. That's how they do it, man. Something happens and then all of a sudden they're like, experts have told us, actually. I talked to 4 experts yesterday. Who are these experts? Just Mike down in accounting. He knows a lot about the stuff. I call him an expert. It's his nickname. Let's get into this whole series of things, Let's I already showed you guys the comparison back and forth. This person went out of their way. They're not playing around at all. They went out of their way to make this compilation, and I think it checks out. Check this out. Joe and Jill back in the mask era. Check this out. I'm actually gonna leave that silent. I don't know if that. Let's just go back and. So 6 foot, 5'6". Okay, that's to his nose. Now where is she at? Right. This is the same video that Joe was watching. Now where is she at? She's behind him a little bit. She has on high heels. So Joe was saying too. That's true. I'm pausing it right there. He looks about a head taller than her now. That's very interesting. I'm going to show you another. Actually, I'll show you this now and then we'll switch back over. But, just a whole live thing. I just found this clip because why not? Check this out here. I mean, you can see it already, right? I mean, look at that. She's pretty much up to his nose. She's like just above his nose, like right around there, right? Just above his nose. That's their height difference. And then all of a sudden, bang, it switches. I just wanted to show you that because that's a recent live action that was directly after the debate. Let's give that a like for that person that put that up. Let's put a like on this person as well. So let's check out more of this. I love that people go out of their way to make videos like this. It's true. That's to his chin. That's different. That's a different height, ladies and gentlemen. Uh-oh. And we have it here again. Right? I don't know, guys. I don't know. Oh, yeah, exactly what I said, just above the nose. Right? The nose. Bang. Big man Biden. Can you imagine they go up to him? Mr. President, what have you been doing? Oh, it's nothing. Don't even worry about it. I've been working out with my friend Mike. He's a big guy, big back Mike, I like to call him. Oh, I was hanging out with him by the pond. Oh, we've been working out together. We've been exercising together. And he's been stretching me out, this Big Mike character. I can't tell you who it is. I don't know if you'll ever get to meet Big Mike. He doesn't want to run for president. Oh, man, what's going on? Hey, listen, I love this conversation because I've been looking at this guy's earlobes for years. And when I look at the earlobes, people think I'm crazy. But guess what people are doing now on the left? They're starting to look at Trump's ears. They're zooming in on his ears. Oh, did he really get shot? Did he? Oh, look, his ear looks pretty well prepared. Oh, doesn't make any sense. Why isn't there a missing part from his ear? And you know what? I might have came along with those people on that train of thought, but you didn't come with me on the earlobe train. Okay? Been looking at Biden's earlobes for years. Earlobes don't just attach to the head. And I was crazy when I brought up the earlobes. Oh, who's crazy now? Now this guy's just tall. This guy's as tall as John Stockton now. Look at him. Walking around. Just huge. Look at this guy. Like a basketball player now. Get this guy on the Sixers. What's going on with this guy? Absolutely amazing. You know what? If I was him, if I was Biden, I would do so much testosterone, and I'd be very open about it. I would just do so much human growth hormone, everything. I would do so much at that age, and I'd be like, trust me, ladies and gentlemen, just big, just a tank top on, just thick. I'd be like, I'm going to last another 4 years. That might be all, but I'll do it. People would be like, Jesus. But, kidding, of course. Don't condone that type of thing. But it does seem a little odd. It does seem a little odd. And honestly, I mean, going even back to this whole thing, I mean, this guy doesn't look the same. And yes, it could be age. It 100% could be age. And that's most likely what it is. I mean, honestly. But at the same time, it's kind of weird. I mean, let's just go. I know Twitter has these things like crazy. Biden through the years. There's so many compilations of this. Just Biden through the years. This guy doesn't. Even Trump was like, "That's not the same guy. It's not the Joe I knew." Look how many people say it. Here, check this video out. I mean, this is all over Twitter. Twitter's been all over this for years. There's all sorts of compilations. I'll show you a few. Let's go. Look at him. This guy switches up all the time. Oh, they're showing the signature. Signature changed.
Who changes their signature after 30 years?
After 30 years, it's true. Ooh, this guy has a whole book of this stuff. This guy, he made a whole book. Wow, shout out to this guy. I got whose channel is this? Wall Street Apes. I don't know if they're the ones responsible for this, but that's where I got it. Wow.
But he's just gonna change his signature to that one now. I dare any of you to just change your signature for now.
People have been talking about this for a long time. I mean, check this dude out. I'm just saying.
The chiefs of staff.
Let's go back. And also,
we had to
hold on. Before you listen to this, think of Gavin Newsom when you hear the old version of the younger, we'll say the younger, allegedly. We'll say the younger version. Think of Gavin Newsom. He sounds just like Gavin Newsom.
And we had to make a decision.
For two reasons.
The president, he went around the table with all the senior people, including the chiefs of staff. And he said, I have to make this decision. What is your opinion? He started with the National Security Advisor, the Secretary of State, and he ended with me.
The second reason was
Every single person in that room hedged their bet, except Leon Panetta. Leon said, go. Everyone else said 49, 51. Got to me and he said, Joe, what do you think? And I said, I didn't know we had so many economists around the table. I said, we owe the man a direct answer. Mr. President, my suggestion is don't go. We have to do 2 more things to see if he's there. He walked out and said, I'll give you my... And we had to make a decision.
I'll be honest. I think this Biden, I think old school brown-haired Biden would have been friends with Trump today. I think he would have switched to Republican. I think he would have been friends with Trump. He'd have been like, this man is my president. Can you imagine Vice President Biden to Trump? People are all over this when it comes to... I love it. I love it. But look at the difference. This is not AI. There's no AI going on here. You'd see the community note at the bottom. This is Twitter. They don't play around. Community notes will come out quick, especially if it's AI. They'll brand it as AI right away. I don't know, man. It doesn't look similar.
Energy costs.
I've watched my mother age from when I was born. She was what, in her 30s, early 30s or something like that? Yeah, maybe even 29 or something like that. To now, I've seen her age. I've watched it happen. There's no drastic change out of nowhere. You know what I mean? And you guys have the same experience with your parents, even with yourselves. Some of you could look at pictures when you were, younger, 20, 19 years old. It's not a drastic change like that. I don't know. Whenever I talk about stuff like this or I start looking into stuff like this, I always think of Dave Chappelle. One time he was on stage and he was talking about the Hollywood machine and the machine of, just media in general. And he was talking about everything that happens in regards to guys like Harvey Weinstein and stuff. And he's like, what if I told you that wasn't even the worst of it? And I was like, what could be worse than what that guy did? Those various characters that did that stuff. I'm like, what could be worse? And then you look at stuff like this and you're like, oh man, I wonder. I really do wonder sometimes. But at the end of the day, this is all alleged. It's fun. It's just fun. You make your own decisions, but it was just some premium JRE. That's all. We were all just taking part in some premium JRE. We're not crazy people, YouTube. Don't worry. This is all just fun for educational purposes. Entertainment purposes. That's all. Anyways, guys, I just wanted to bring that to you. Joe Rogan, Michael Malice. What do I usually say? Subscribe. Sorry, I'm a clone, so I forgot what I say. Subscribe. Turn on the notifications, like the episode, comment. Other than that, I'm out. Did I get that right? All right.